All right, yeah, we'll be in touch. Welcome to the Debrief. It's Dave O'Neill, just leaving Ballarat with the great Adam Rozenbachs. He's returned to the Debrief. You're the first person who's returned.
Really?
Well,
for a double debrief?
Yeah, like Oaksy has, but he was in the back seat.
Yeah, that's not the same.
And so is Kappa, Nick Kappa.
Oh, okay.
But we've got no one to sit in the back seat. You know, there's no one else with us.
I could sit in the back if you want.
No. We've just done a waste to energy forum, which is basically guys that recycle, isn't it?
I couldn't actually work out what they did.
I think some of them own tips, but then guy goes, oh, no, they're the enemy. People that own tips.
Yeah, and then some of them were engineers and stuff.
Yeah, they seem... It was a classic gig where there's some academic, but then the practical guys.
Yeah.
So they honoured two guys, and one guy owned...
No, not honoured. They roasted.
Oh, they roasted?
They said it was a roast. It was one of the worst things. No one was called a pedophile.
Yeah.
No one was accused of being a drug mule. It was just like, if you're going to roast someone, fucking roast them. It was like they were praising them.
Yeah, haven't they seen those Hollywood roasts?
Yeah, exactly.
You just get called awful things?
Yeah. They just repeatedly talk about all the people you've screwed over in your life. And they didn't mention that.
No, it wasn't a roast. It was like an honour. I got up and roasted them, but not even badly.
Nah.
I just said there was Robin, who was obviously an academic of some sort.
Well, he was wearing a bow tie, and then they all put bow ties on. So that was the level of comedy that they had for the roast. Yeah. So they would all wear bow ties.
And then Garbus, who was obviously, with a name like that, he was in the waste management industry.
Yes.
And he...
Well, they probably didn't want to roast him too hard because he's clearly murdered a lot of people.
Yeah, and he's loaded.
Yeah.
He's absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
But no, what a great time. It's great to be in Ballarat. We're leaving, though.
Absolutely.
Oh, Ballarat. Good time.
I haven't spent a lot of time in Ballarat, have you?
Done a lot of gigs here for some reason. I don't know why. And I come to Sovereign Hill occasionally with my kids because it's really good. It's actually good.
Yep.
Sovereign Hill is good fun for the children. And
for anyone not in Victoria, it's like an 1800-year-oldie
theme park.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, what I like to do with my overseas relatives, I just take them there and say, "This is Ballarat, how it is." Like, wow, it's very backwards.
Yeah. So you blindfold them through the main bit.
It's very backward. But no, it's good. Ballarat's, I don't mind Ballarat. Except it gets very cold here.
Yeah, why? It's not like in a basin. It's not that far from Melbourne. It's like an hour from Melbourne.
No, it's in a valley.
Is it?
It's in a valley.
It's a shame.
I remember a Ballarat comic once said, you can tell people from Ballarat, they'll walk in and head straight for the heater if there's a heater in the house.
Really?
This is back in the days before duct heating. The joke is so old that...
Right.
You'll head for the gas heater and stand there.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, that venue where we're at, I've done 3 other gigs there. So I am Ballarat.
Fuck, mate. You're living the dream. When you go to your 3rd conference at a shithole, it's time to change gigs.
You question your life?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
when you go in there and start to set the room up, I'd have that over there. I wouldn't do that. Fuck.
Well, you know their names.
Yeah.
Hey, Barry.
Oh.
You're back, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm going to move to Ballarat and nail this market.
Did you change what I told you about the chicken?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that good last time.
Look at the great old fire station. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That's one of the reasons why I'm going to move here. I'll go
for the fire station.
100% volunteer. So Ballarat's got a volunteer fire brigade?
That's pretty weird.
That's for a very big suburban sprawl that Ballarat is. For people that don't know Victoria, Ballarat is it's a city, actually. I think it's technically a city.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the home of the... I did this gig here with Lawrence Mooney once, and I picked him up from a Dum Dum Club, Little Dum Dum Club podcast.
Yep.
Fairly maggoted. And
okay. You picked him up maggoted?
Oh, he was... Yeah. I mean, we all know he enjoys a drink.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking out of school.
No, but it's a long drive to go from...
Oh, man. And so what happened? So the weekend before, we done 2 Saturday nights in a row. We did a Steiner school in the Yarra Valley, and they were all lefties because it's a Steiner school. It's an alternative school in the country.
Is it for kids that are a little bit...
No. Oh, yeah, look, it can be for creative kids.
Yeah.
You know, Rudolf Steiner was a German guy who created his educational theories in 1920s Germany when that other guy was doing shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't be running schools that have created out of Germany in the early... for children, for special children.
Well, Hitler...
with blonde hair and blue eyes?
Hitler hated him. He saw him as an enemy and used to send his Hitler Youth into his meetings and to set off stink bombs.
Really?
Yep. But anyway, Steiner...
But Hitler was a painter. He would have excelled in one of those schools.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but see, so anyway, we did this gig the Saturday before and they're all very lefty.
Yeah.
right? And so he's going to be driving up here to Ballarat.
Yeah.
Mate, it's going to be like last Saturday night. It's just, they're all going to be lefties. We're in Ballarat, the home of unions.
Yep.
The Eureka Stockade. I'm like, no,
things
mate.
have changed in the last 170 years.
So we go and do this gig just to the left of where we are here in a place called Brown Hill Hall. And so that just set off Mooney. So the first thing, because he kept thinking, it's going to be like the Steiner School, but it wasn't like the Steiner School. They're just conservative parents.
Just out for a good night.
Yeah, they're primary school. And so he starts off by saying, who here played a whore at Crowell Castle? Because Crowell Castle was a tourist attraction, still is. In the 70s, where the locals would dress up in characters. Wenches and knights and stuff.
Yeah. So it's a medieval castle on the way to Ballarat from Melbourne.
And then he just went on about why Brown Hill Hall was called Brown Hill, because of all the fucking, Brown Hill Hall. They were very lonely on Eureka Stockade, all the guys, and
well, that's true. They would have been.
Oh man, I left because I could go.
Yeah.
And left the great Tom Seagate there, and he told me that the vice principal walked around and apologised to all the tables. So
fuck. Have you ever had a gig where someone's had to apologise?
Yeah, I did this. Yeah, I've had to apologise.
You've had to apologise?
Well, I had to take a pay cut for I was doing a gig for this guy who owned a company that took kids' photos at schools.
That sounds dodgy.
Yeah,
you added schools at the end of that.
Yeah. Kids' photos.
Yeah.
Full stop. And so he was a franchisor, so he had all these franchisees.
Oh.
And he was based in Wagga Wagga, but the gig was in Melbourne, and man, I was smashing it. And then he was sitting with his wife, and there was a definite age difference.
Yeah.
And so I started on to him, oh, mate, are you the PE teacher and his student, or what's going on here? And
don't tell me you met her taking photos.
No. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, right.
I said, are you the same age? It's just that you've been in the lab so long with all the chemicals, you've aged.
Yeah.
And oh man. But everyone was pissing themselves.
Except him.
And so the woman rings up from the agency that booked me the gig, and she goes, what happened last night? I went, last night went fantastic. She goes, oh, that's not what I heard.
Really?
The guy's really angry. He doesn't want to pay.
Yeah.
So I had to take a pay cut.
He doesn't want to pay?
He didn't want to pay. Well, I suppose in his world, he's the big king.
Yeah, and you've shat on him.
Overweight comedian turns up and pays him out about being old and having a young wife.
Yeah. Mate, so, you were just speaking the truth. If he can't handle it.
Mate, you can't handle the truth. Have you had to apologise, or?
I don't think so. I reckon I've misread rooms and sworn too much.
Yeah, I've done that.
And there's been gigs where where they, they'll pay you beforehand and you've gone so poorly that you walk off stage straight through the crowd, out the door and into your car. Like, you don't make eye contact with anyone, you just keep going.
I can't remember someone did a footy club gig with a guy who made him give back some of the money.
Oh, really?
That was terrible. Give us some of the money back. Yeah, give us some of the money back in the car park.
Would you give it back?
If it was really bad, I'd give it a little bit back.
Yeah. Actually, no, I think I've done gigs where I'm like, they're starting to count out the money. I'm like, don't.
Oh, yeah. No, I've done one like that. With a guy, it went terrible, and the guy's like, I've got this much here, I'll just give me that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
See you later.
You're embarrassed.
Donate it back to the club, I don't care.
When's the last time you were embarrassed at a gig?
Oh, jeez. I did 8 gigs last week. And it was 8, mate. 8,
Fuck, Mr. All corporates?
No. Do you want me to run you through them?
Yeah.
We've got a big time here. First one was on Monday night in Mulwala.
Okay, so that's a lovely...
RSL sort of club.
On the Murray River.
Yeah, and so I was told I was on at 8, and it was all the clubs. It was their annual general meeting, and
the RSLs.
Yeah, all the clubs up there, because there used to be a boom time in the 70s and 80s when Victoria didn't have pokies, or South Australia.
That's right. My mum used to get a bus.
Trips. Yeah, that's
bus
right.
Up to Albury.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
And there was the Albury Club. There were all these clubs, and now, of course, but they got still a golf and the river.
Yes.
And so they have this meeting every year and it was up to them to organise the entertainment. So I'm meant to be on at 8, and I chucked in a check shirt and a tie. My wife's like, "What are you wearing that for? You look like Barnaby Joyce." Topical. Anyway, I got there and everyone was dressed like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They all had ties and check shirts on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was meant to be on at 8, but there was Wayne, the cricketer from Adelaide, you know him, Wayne Smith, Wayne
Phillips?
Wayne Phillips, who was very funny. And then,
hang on, the guy from the 80s?
Yeah, he was from the 80s.
Yeah, right.
And Merv Hughes.
Okay, Jesus.
And so I didn't get on until 10 past 10.
Fuck.
And I had to drive.
And were those guys good?
Yeah, they were both good. They were both funny. But you hate it when you get a sportsman on and they're really funny. Like,
totally. You're like, fuck, I can't follow this because they're known, and two, they're
legends.
Yeah, exactly. They're likeable.
They're legends. And so, but no, I actually did well. So that wasn't a bad gig. They loved it. I wasn't embarrassed at all. It was great because some of those gigs where they have a DJ on stage with you, like a young guy.
Yeah.
And he just stays there the whole time.
Yeah,
so
that's fucking weird.
But you don't have to. You can go.
Yeah.
And then he'd pop down. He'd just hide, and then he'd pop up. Like, are you still there?
It's not like a fucking puppet show with kids.
It was funny. And
so did you drive back that night?
Yeah, I did.
That's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. I listened to a lot of podcasts.
You didn't debrief yourself?
I should have.
Fuck.
Should have had Merv in the car, but...
Have you ever gone close to falling asleep?
Yeah, No, when I was younger, I fell asleep.
Driving?
Yeah, on the Geelong Road, I went into the gravel.
Did you?
Coming home from a scout camp.
Okay.
Rover camp.
Well, I can see why you stayed awake. So many hot boys around.
Rovers, there were boys and women and men. Yeah, no, I drove into the gravel.
Mate, Rovers is... Hang on. We'll get back to you nearly killing yourself. Rovers is fucking dodgy. You're too old for that shit.
Yeah, I didn't like Rovers. I love Venturers. 15 to 18.
Mate, what? Fuck off.
Venturers was good. No, there were girls in Venturers.
Okay.
Anyway, so
did you have sex in Venturers?
No,
or was there a code?
I tried.
Okay.
We tried, Adam. We tried.
So you didn't get the bonus
Got to pay a
badge?
few pash. No, got a few pashes.
Okay.
Back then in the 80s, people weren't having sex as much, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Well, in my area.
Okay,
anyway, in my area. There are a lot of Christians.
Yeah, in your anus.
Yeah. In my area. I don't know.
All right, so back to the gravel.
So, no, I drove off in my Valiant and went into the gravel and woke up.
Fuck.
Yeah. I fell asleep at the lights once.
Lights is okay.
Yeah, but no, recently I've never felt, because you do a gig, you're on a bit of a high.
Yeah, but that lasts for about half hour, 45 minutes.
Then I always get some snack food, I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, okay.
And music, and...
you turn the air conditioning on.
Yeah, I make a phone call if any other comics are out on the road.
Yeah, okay. It's like a truck driver.
Like a truck driver.
Yeah. You're up to your eyeballs in gack.
But the problem is the first hour was okay, the second hour, but
hang on, those other 6 gigs were at truck stops on the way home, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're not gigs, mate. They're hand jobs.
Gotta make money how you can.
They're cashies.
Yeah, the cashies. But and the last hour was just awful. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh, mate, that last hour when you can just see Melbourne on the horizon, you're like, fuck this.
I tend to put on Gold FM or Triple M and sing along by that stage.
Yep.
And so then, hang on, that was Monday night. Then Tuesday night had a gig for Mars Wrigley.
Okay.
Which I talked to Dave Callan.
The confectionery company.
Yes, and that was a standing up gig.
Okay.
And that was okay, but it was hard work because they're standing up.
Yeah, it's always weird. And were you on a stage?
Yeah, a little stage in front of the big stage.
Yeah.
That was hard work. And then Wednesday...
Seated is more, like, not even formal, but it just sets...
They had some seats.
Okay.
But, they're guys on a conference and girls, and they just want to get pissed and...
Yeah, they want to drink the boss's coin, basically.
Talk about chocolate and chewing gum. Now they're merged.
Oh, okay. No, why don't they do both?
Yeah, they do.
Chocolate gum.
Yeah. And then Thursday...
So you have Wednesday off, you lazy fuck.
Yeah, Wednesday off, I think.
Jesus.
I think.
Yeah.
Thursday went to Sydney to do News Corps.
Oh, yeah.
So the people that own the Telegraph and the Herald Sun.
Yeah. How was that?
Well, they were their sales team.
Okay.
And I've never seen more good-looking people in my life.
Really?
Oh, man, because their sales...
But sales are not renowned for being particularly hot, are they?
Yeah, in media they are.
Okay.
When I worked in radio, commercial radio, we always used to say, do they employ ugly people here? Do ugly guys get a go?
Yeah.
Because they have the attractive people and the sporty blokes. The sporty blokes.
Yep.
They have there's always a few gay guys.
Yep.
And so
everyone's in slim cut shirts, aren't they?
Oh man, I just make jokes about. There's always a guy who looks like a model. You part-time model, mate?
Yeah.
But again, that was a stand-up affair. But that was a case of the guy on before me was the managing director.
So was it just you?
Just me.
Yeah.
They did awards.
Yep.
So that's always good because you hang shit on the people that have just won awards.
Yeah. Okay.
And the guy got up before me, who's the managing director of the Telegraph and former journo, Wilco. Yeah. He looks like a cop.
Okay.
Bald. But he was hilarious. Because he did what I was going to do. He just summed up everyone else's speeches.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou was talking about fucking going to, and he was swearing too. Going to great people on. She's fucking having a hard life.
Yeah, right.
And then there was...
he was roasting him.
Oh, he's roasting him, mate.
Yeah, he's doing proper roast.
Proper roast. But they were good. They just love that They love that crowd work, but when you run out of crowd work, you go back to your jokes and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, there's always that gear change, isn't there?
I liked it when he just picked on us.
Yeah, yeah. Keep going.
Then I came back to Melbourne. And
Hang on, did you stay there that night?
No, I came back on that plane.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I got the Firefly bus back because it was cheaper. And then I did a gig that night in Camberwell in a pub.
That gig was that was afternoon gig?
It was a 5 o'clock gig.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and that was to about...
Oh, hang on. So I spoke to you on Wednesday because that's when we had the conference call. No, Thursday for this gig that we just did.
Sydney, yes.
So we had to do a conference call because I was so worried about what we were going to do.
Yeah.
And they wanted us to... Remember they wanted us to get up at the start...
And do a double act.
Like
with Leno and Woodley.
Yeah, and we were like, that's not going to fucking happen.
Thank God we didn't.
Who's on first? Waste management.
Yeah. What, are you energy or are you waste?
Who's on waste?
I think I'd be waste being the fat guy and you could be energy being the fit guy.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm waste, he's energy.
Fuck, there you go.
We could have done it.
There's our first 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I did a pub in Camberwell, which was good fun, great fun.
Yep.
Because you can do all your Numa material and stuff.
Is Camberwell dry?
When you do pub, Camberwell's a dry area, but the Palace Hotel is technically in Hawthorne, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
So you would have done gigs in the
I have.
Palace.
It's good there. It's on that side of the road.
Then Friday, I did a benefit for a kids' dance school.
Oh, yeah. You love kids dancing. Your kids don't dance, do they?
No. I was getting paid a small amount of money.
Okay.
And that was with Richard Stubbs and Hammer Time, two comedy legends from Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened with that one, they had a smallish crowd, and so we had to perform on the dance floor.
Okay.
But I reckon 10 minutes into my act, 10 or 15, the guy just insisted on bringing out these massive plates of fried food.
Which made you want to stop and eat it?
Yeah, well, there, I'm fat, but also I'm like, hey, mate, can we not bring those out now?
Yeah.
And he's like, nah. And he kept bringing them out, and I go, so what, is there no off switch on the deep fryer? And then I'm like, does the microwave not work after 9? Can you just stop doing it? And he's like, nah. I'm just like, fucking hell, it's that thing when you do gigs.
No, but what you don't want in the middle of your set is an argument.
Yeah. But the crowd were laughing because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
And then I kept saying, wow, look at those dim Sims. Oh, my God.
There's nothing worse than when they bring it out as you're standing there. And then you're like, can you please not?
But this guy was adamant.
Yeah.
Adamant. And then afterwards he sort of had a go at me. He was whistling at me aggressively.
Really?
Yeah, sort of like looking at me. Like, I just thought, look, I'm not even going to have an argument. I can't be bothered.
You're not getting bashed over fried chicken.
Yeah, but with the little whistling man. But that was a great gig.
Yeah. So we'll come back to that being bashed.
And then Saturday I did a Bucks night during the day.
Oh, fuck.
And
how did they get you for that?
I was through someone who knew me, and the guy...
You got the same Coke dealer?
Yes. And they're all my age, though. Cause I thought,
okay.
They're all 50, second married.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy's my age, right?
Yeah.
And the guy I spoke to was really friendly. He goes, mate, it's in a pub in South Melbourne, upstairs. We got a microphone. It's all good, mate. I love it, mate.
Yep.
He doesn't know you're coming, which is always a warning sign, because often I'm not that famous like Husey or Tom
there's
Gleeson,
no excitement level
where
cut
they walk
through.
in, they go, wow, there's that guy. They just go, that guy looks familiar. Is that Gary from the factory? Who is that?
Yeah.
And so it's in a beer garden upstairs.
Is that my old missus's new husband?
Yeah. And the guy, and they're very blue collar. The guy whose wedding, he owns a factory, a chain factory.
Okay.
But he looked like he'd worked in the factory, and him and his brother, they're very blue collar, working class. And I consider myself blue working class, but when I go to those environments, I'm not.
You're not, no.
Because the guy started reading out my CV, which is...
Oh, don't do that.
And he goes, and so Dave O'Neill, you might know him from TV. He's been on shows like Spicks and Specs. Oh, they're ABC shows.
Right.
And then he goes, and he's written books. And I go, he's written several books. And then I go, I did go to a high school. I'm standing next to him, and he goes, really? And so it was like he was bringing on some intellectual.
He's probably read a book. He listens to ABC Classic FM.
And then, and so you know those gigs where you think, this is going to be easy.
Yeah.
They're all my age.
Did you start off with your Clifton Hill gear?
Yes, I did.
Just to get them on side?
Northern suburbs.
Did you?
Yeah, you bet, northern suburbs. Well, I've got jokes about the McDonald's next to the brothel.
Right.
But even that didn't go that well.
Yeah, okay.
About how there's my brothel next to a McDonald's and...
Yeah.
And then I always go, what's the name of that brothel? And someone always yells out, because it's Scarlet Lady. No one yelled out.
Yeah. I wouldn't know that.
No, but if you live in the northern suburbs, you know that.
I do. I live near you.
Yeah, I know, but these are all blokes in their 50s. They should know the name of the local brothel.
You think that's why he's on to his second marriage and no one wanted to bring it up?
So the guy goes, go hard on fucking Davo. Go hard on him, mate.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's overweight. He's bigger than me. I'm like, so your wife, is she a chubby chaser or...
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh. You know one of those gigs when you're 5 minutes into it and you're like, it's going to be quite hard work.
Yeah. How long did you have to do?
20.
Yeah.
I did about 18.
And did they want you to stick around and have beers after?
I did have one beer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You feel obliged then?
Oh, the guy loved it. David goes, that was fucking great. I thought we were going to get some fat Sheila stripping, so...
Yeah. Which you could have done.
Which I could have done. Yeah. I did say I was a stripper.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was where I was...
So that's Saturday afternoon.
Slightly embarrassed. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then at night, so we're moving to gigs 7 and 8 here, I did the Maribyrnong Cricket Club. Uh-huh. Which is one of those gigs where you turn up to the cricket club and you go, I must have the wrong address. There's no sort of function on here tonight. There's just a few guys standing around. And you walk in and there's no seats or anything. And I go, am I?
No.
They go, yeah, mate, you're in the corner. You're on at 8:30.
No mic?
No, there was a mic and there was no light, but I got my light out of the car.
Yeah, yeah.
And the duo were really nice guys. It was a musical duo. And he goes, I'll get them all to come in.
Yeah.
They didn't all come in. And they came in. And like it was one of those cases where there's 60 people in the room. And the 40 people at the front are pissing themselves.
Yeah, right.
But the people at the back were just talking.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said a few times, shut the guys. And then I just went, I think I do 20 minutes. I can't be fucked.
Well, the other thing is, like, you don't want to get into a fight.
No.
You're just like, I can't be bothered. You know, I'll just plough through it.
Yeah, exactly. Get my money and go.
Yeah, just fuck off.
And then I had to go do Melton, one of the Melton cricket clubs. Okay. And they were very young. Uh-huh. And I reckon a lot of young tradies.
Yeah, right. Not big Dave O'Neill fans?
No, Dave. Dave Thornton had been on, so they
all right.
They should use the one name, Dave.
Yep,
Dave. And I just reckon, and there was the guy who organised it who had his mum in a wheelchair down the front. Yeah. With his elderly dad. So they were all young blokes, 19 and 20. Yeah. And then
two really
Nick,
old people.
Who was around my age, and then two really old people. Yeah. But she got the biggest laugh of the night.
What'd she do?
Well, I said, what's the secret to a happy marriage? And she goes, separate rooms. And I go, are you in separate rooms, guys? And Mick goes, yeah, separate rooms. And she goes, yeah, if he wants to have a root, he comes and knocks on my door, and I tell him to fuck off. Fucking hell. They got like the biggest laugh. Oh, that gives you an indication of the
the quality.
Nice.
Yeah.
But things like, I talk about having a Fitbit. And most people, like the gig tonight, they all know. Yeah. But these guys are kind of confused by the concept, I reckon. Like, Fitbit, what's that? What?
Jesus, it's not that far away.
Yeah, but it's Melton.
Well, I guess tradies, why would a tradie need a Fitbit?
Yeah, especially a young Fitbit.
Yeah.
Because I say, how many steps do you need to get every day? Like tonight, there's at least 20 people yell at 10,000. Yeah. At Melton, I go, how many steps do you meant to get every day? There was complete silence, and I heard one girl at the back go, 10,000?
Yeah, right. They don't need it, mate.
So, Adam...
Plus, also, like, if you're on the ice, you are thin as.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they were the 8 gigs.
Fuck.
I know.
So I was asking before, you said, I didn't want to get bashed by that guy. I've got a bit of my show about, getting into a fight in high school. And I tried it out recently, and Tommy Little came up afterwards and said, he goes, people, they don't know what you're talking about. Not everyone's been in a fight in high school. And I was like, really? Like, it just... Yeah. Because I was such a big mouth in school, I was always getting hit. Did you get in fights in high school?
No, but we used to have fights at least once a week. Oh. And there would be the great Dave Grant, who's passed away, used to do a routine about it, how there'd be that thing around the rumour in the schoolyard. There's going to be a fight in the park.
Yeah, it was always me.
Yeah, Dave Grant used to do the thing, find the park, you'd turn up, then you'd find out it was you in the fight. My mate Noddy got in a fight, and I remember we used to have scrag fights where girls would fight. Yeah. They
were the best.
Well, the tech girl versus the high school girl over
the high school girls got no hope.
No, the tech girl won.
Of course she did.
Go to the servo. I'm getting hungry now.
You should have eaten there, mate. We had some deep fried olives before. Not good enough for you? And I had some oysters.
Were they nice?
Yeah, they were.
So you didn't have a main meal. That was it for you.
Yeah. Well, I had lunch today.
Yeah, but you're very fit. I mean, what did you have for lunch? Salad sandwich?
No, I had lasagna for lunch.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, what did you...
Because I worked out this morning, so I figured I could...
have a bit of pasta.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you make that lasagna or...?
No, it was at a cafe in North Fitzroy.
Back on the debrief, and we just went to the BP where we heard they're committed to saving the environment.
15 cents for a plastic bag, that's a lot.
Yeah, what a weird figure. 15 cents, not 10 or 20.
Yeah.
But 15.
Do you reckon we should get rid of 5-cent coins now?
Yeah.
Are we done with them?
Possibly.
Who uses them?
Yeah, I don't know. Not many people.
Do your kids like them?
No.
No.
They like the gold ones, mate.
Yeah, okay, they're all into
They're
it.
the $2 and $1 coins.
A friend of mine, his daughter is 6, 7 maybe, and for her birthday she wanted a pair of crutches.
Crutches?
There's nothing wrong with her, she just wanted a set of crutches, which they got her, and then she said to her dad, I want $100 and not $250s, I want a $100 note.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was she trying to run some scam?
I don't know. She got the crutches but nothing else.
The crutches.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids love money. Nothing's changed.
Okay. How much do you give for a tooth?
Yeah, $4.
4?
Yeah, I know. I would give 2, but, you know,
Yeah.
there's another parent involved, Adam.
Okay.
And,
How much did you get?
it was probably
20 cents?
20
50
cents, I
cents?
reckon. It was a long time ago.
Not a note.
No. Saying no thanks. But, no, we, yeah, they still believe in the Tooth Fairy, which is good.
No, they don't.
Well...
Oh, hang on.
the
How
younger
old's
ones
Kitty?
do. Yeah, 11 and 8.
She's got all her teeth
14.
anyway, hasn't she?
Yeah, well, she lost another tooth the other day.
A baby one?
Yeah, baby one, yeah, when you're 11. Yeah, it can happen.
Really?
Yeah, but the worst thing is when you forget to do it.
Oh, right.
So she's like, oh, the Tooth Fairy didn't come again. Oh, no. How
He's
lazy.
busy, yeah.
How lazy is that Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, fuck, it was like he was doing a shit gig on the weekend.
Yeah, it's like he was at the Melton Cricket Club. I don't know. It's crazy. Now, should we do the debrief questions?
Oh, yes, let's do it.
Okay. What went well tonight and why, Adam?
I thought my middle 15 went pretty well. I thought I started... it was a bit tough at the start.
Well, you do go on and start talking about washing machines, and they're kind of like, "What? What's happening?"
Yeah. There was very. It's a slow burn, that joke, and when there's a lot of men in the room, it doesn't fucking pop.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, it's the women who do, and fuck, I'm not saying that they should do it, but predominantly in these
They
kind
do
of
the washing. Yeah.
You know, a lot of the guys aren't into it. So if you've got a room that's 50-50, it goes quite well.
Isn't it funny? Like, I do a joke about female hygiene products.
Yep.
And I looked at that room tonight and I said,
No point.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do me tampon material that I'm famous for, Adam. It's not tampon material.
And then my last joke about, being in the same bed and wanting a king-size bed with your girlfriend, them sleeping too close, just fucking tanked.
Yeah, but the stuff before it did very well, which is about having a pash and unclipping bras.
Yeah.
And yet the audience were all over 50, I reckon.
It was just really strange.
But they love the pashing stuff.
Yeah.
Where I was thinking, I don't think these guys have pashed anyone for 40 years.
Yeah.
Not since the blue light.
So that was really weird. So then it went really badly at the end, and that's when I brought you on. So I thought that was fine. But
I didn't mind.
I thought on the whole it went pretty well. Like they would have been really happy with us. Apparently, the person who was on last year wasn't very good, so we had a low bar to.
Well, he
to
was
aim
late
for.
and did imitations of people they didn't know, apparently.
Yeah, and he was flustered.
Yeah.
And they gave us his name as well, which is always great.
It's professional. And were there any organisational hazards that got in the way?
No, I didn't think so. I thought they ran a pretty tight ship. I thought.
Well, I know them. I know them by name up there now in Ballarat.
Yeah, exactly. You've set it up pretty well. I thought my intro was pretty piss weak, but
from Barry.
Yeah, it wasn't going to help me either way. But it was just like he couldn't have read it more monosyllabic and with no energy. It's like, fucking hell, mate. Give
Come
me
on,
something.
Barry.
Lift.
Barry.
Because on the conference call, he was all chirpy and trying to be funny.
And also, before we went on, he was cracking a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Amazingly, though, someone said, "Oh, they're dad jokes." I said, "No, they're actually granddad jokes."
Yeah. They're pretty shit, but still. But he just got up there and just sort of went, and he's, I
remember Peter Halliard said once, with the corporate intros, he was doing the Palladium, which is a big room in Crown with the Delogies and stuff, and the Brownlow. And he said to the guy hosting, "Please just don't build it up too much when you bring me on."
Yeah.
And the guy, the MC, goes, "All right, no worries." And so he went on and went like this: "Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Peter Hallier. And even did the downward inflection on
like
his
he's
name.
just passed
and then
away.
Pete said he had to walk across that really big stage to like silence. Like, yep. Yep.
So I thought on the whole, it was run pretty well. It was pretty close to time. There was no food being served.
No, there are no big plates of fried food.
Yes.
Yeah, how can we do better next time?
That's a good question. Actually, like if they could move Ballarat a little closer to Melbourne,
that'd be handy.
Would help. But I thought on the whole, I thought it ran really smoothly.
It's a pretty positive experience.
Yeah.
And they're nice people.
They were lovely.
And the main thing is they're turning waste into energy.
Yes, no, they're doing good for the world. Maybe there could be an MC who's a little bit stronger, because it was all done in little bits. Like their roast was just them getting up and starting the roast, then this guy introing me, and then the band would get back up, and it was all very clunky. There was no cohesion to it.
Yeah, professional MC.
Yeah. Get one other chump up to drive up with us so you can sit in the back seat.
Yes. Could have been in the back seat.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But no, I thought it was okay.
And you're starting work on, what are you riding on at the moment?
At the moment I'm on the front bar with Mick Malloy and Sam Pang and Andy Marr. So we're doing the Winter Olympics, which no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah, it rates quite well though.
I think people just like sport, you know. There's no footy on at the moment. Cricket's finished.
Yeah.
There's no tennis, so people just go,
I'm amazed that we win medals. Like, you know, like...
We haven't won any good... Well, we've won a silver and a couple of bronze, haven't we?
Snowboarding.
Yeah.
Surely there's so many bogan snowboarding these days. You've got to do something.
Well, true, and it's not... I mean, I guess back in the day, like to go to a country with snow was a big effort, but now you're in Canada in 20 hours.
Yeah, that's true. And also, when we grew up, skiing and stuff was very expensive, and only for the kind of the wealthy or the people that were really committed to it.
How old were you when you first saw snow?
Oh, fuck. I reckon I went to the snow when I went out with a girl who skied, who was from a wealthy family in my 20s.
We went up to Bright, which is a country town in Victoria, so near the mountains, and that was the first time I saw snow. It was really slushy shit on the side of the road. But so this is in grade 6, and we went to a tobacco farm.
Oh yes,
because that's tobacco country.
They grow tobacco up there.
And so they were showing us around. We're like 11, and they're going, "I feel that, smell that,
have a chew on that, guys."
So we're doing like fucking chewing tobacco, just putting it in our lips.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking great.
And I've since been back for snow gigs, which are hard work.
Rowdy, mate, rowdy.
Well, I did one in a place called the General, which is Mount Hotham is the most amazing.
I've never been to Hotham.
Hotham's on the peak.
Yeah.
So you're actually on the top of the mountain.
So you're at the top of Victoria.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like you are in Switzerland or somewhere. And there was a guy on before me, DJ Eddie, who's been going to the mountain for 20 years.
Good.
As an instructor and a DJ at night.
Okay.
And he's quite funny. And so he did some sort of stand-up before me, and they're all completely silent and laughing and respectful.
Yeah.
And I just went, this will be easy.
Yeah.
Nah. Because I get up there, and before I reach the mic, a guy from the Snow Patrol yells out, "Oh, finally, a genuine celebrity." Like in a sarcastic voice.
Yeah, but the reason they're respecting him is because they know he's got the drugs.
Oh, yeah.
They just want to treat him well.
In the snow. But,
Have you ever skied?
Yeah, look, I had a go, but I couldn't. When I was 19 or 20, I couldn't be bothered doing something that a 4-year-old could do better than me.
Yeah. Mate, I did it in Innsbruck in Austria.
Oh, wow.
And you see kids just like hammering down the mountain.
Yeah.
Like little 3-year-olds with helmets and shit. And
well, my brother who lives in Switzerland, all his family ski. Because skiing is like swimming here.
Yes.
Skiing over there, they all learn to ski in Switzerland. Because he can drive, he said an hour from his house, he's in a snowfield.
Yeah, wow.
So it's just like, and so all these kids can ski.
And it's fucking expensive.
Yeah. They also cross-country ski, which is pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's very fitness. It's for your fitness, your cross-country ski, yeah?
Well, I guess if it's snowing heavily, that's how you get to work, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. You'll ski. Well, I don't know if they ski in Geneva.
Yeah.
So the front bar, that's a good show.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's amazing how that show started as a web series.
Yeah, on the AFL website. So just a little bit, way off Broadway, and then it went to Channel 7 after the footy. And then, now it's prime time on Thursday nights. So
now
it's
it's
great.
knocking off the footy show.
We have beaten it a couple of times, yeah.
Man.
So it's great. It's been really good fun.
Yeah, it's an organic kind of show. You can tell.
Yeah. And then just gearing up for a comedy festival, basically.
Yeah. What's your show called?
Hold My Beer.
Hold My Beer?
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, that's an internet... It's weird. So many people don't know it. It's an internet kind of thing where, you know, if one person fucks up, it'll be like someone saying, oh, you know, Sam Destiari's done, you know, has completely ruined Parliament, and then Barnaby Joyce goes, hold my beer. Like, I got this. And then he one-ups
it.
it.
Yeah, right.
So you old fucks who don't look at memes all day.
So Barnaby Joyce says to the Mayor of Melbourne, Robert Doyle,
hold my beer. Yeah, exactly.
You reckon you're in the limelight?
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
Yeah, I'll take care of this.
Craig McLaughlin says
to Don Burke. I got this.
And Jeffrey Rush did nothing wrong.
No.
We don't want to get taken to court.
No. So yeah, just gearing up for that. So that's
I've never heard that.
5 weeks. Hold my beer?
No.
Okay.
But I just find it's a funny saying.
Yes. So I tried to do the poster to look like, you know, me handing my beer off. It just looked like me being a piss fucking idiot. So I think I'm going to change it.
Okay.
Just go with a headshot, just of my handsome face.
And how's the show coming along?
Oh, it's slow, you know. It's fucking slow because you only can do it in 10-minute blocks. And
where are you doing in the Comedy Festival in Melbourne?
I'm at the European Beer Cafe in Exhibition
excellent.
Street. So downstairs in the basement, which is a fantastic room.
Yeah, I've interviewed people from there before and I've done gigs there.
Yeah, actually, Luke Heggie, I listened to your podcast recently on the way to the airport.
Yes. It's the best room in Melbourne on a Saturday night.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably the only room.
Yeah.
Like you're in New York somewhere. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good fun. Yeah, so we're talking about... so that gig that you did for the Bucks one, that was the one that you're embarrassed by?
Yes.
The most recent?
Yes, probably. Have you done one? Because you know when it doesn't go as well as you want and you're like,
So I did one, it was a Christmas party for a trucking company called Toll. So they're about, I go there, it's in a hotel, there's about 38, 40 people there, seated dinner, and there was a guy that I went to school with, right, that I haven't really seen. We weren't mates. I know who he is, he knows me. And we're just having a bit of a chat, you know, the sort of bullshit catch-up that you have. And, you know, he's like, oh, you're doing comedy now? I'm, you know, giving it a bit of, I'm doing all right. You know, I'm going all right.
Yeah, mate.
So anyway, talking to the CEO beforehand, I was looking at the lay of the room and it was done really badly. Where the sound was miles behind me.
Yeah.
And half the room wouldn't. I was looking at it going, half the room won't be able to hear me. And I said to the guy, we should have it on this dance floor. And that way people can see me. He's like, oh, but they're going to be seated and, you know, there's going to be food coming out just after you. I'm like, oh, fuck, this has got disaster written all over it.
Where was it?
At a hotel in the city. I can't remember which one. I blanked it. So he goes, I'm going to introduce you. He goes out there, introduces me as a ventriloquist.
What?
Yeah.
Was that a joke?
No.
So he's just an idiot.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck. So I go out there and I'm like, I'm not a ventriloquist, so I don't know what you people are expecting.
Yeah.
Then they start the food service, right? So I'm standing there.
Yeah.
There are waiters literally bumping into me, like knocking elbows with food and stuff as they're walking in front of me. Half the room can't hear me. I'm supposed to do half an hour. I do about 15. And I say to the woman who's booked me, I said out loud into the microphone, do you want me to keep going? This is terrible. And she goes, yeah, just keep going. And she basically just turns back to the conversation she was fucking having in front of me.
Oh, no.
And it was, I didn't do half an hour.
No,
I might have got to 22, 23. And it was so fucking humiliating. And the dude that I went to school with just sitting there, he's going, oh yeah, you're going all right, are you?
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Oh man, that's when you just want to leave.
Oh. It's just such, I haven't felt embarrassment like that since high school.
Yeah, it's true. It's terrible.
It's just humiliation on a level that no adult should have to go through.
Yeah, because you know you're good. It's just a situation. You're like, oh, fuck this.
And that's the thing is people are looking at you going, this guy does this professionally.
Yeah. Or they're thinking, maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's going on here? There's always that middle-aged woman who's come as a partner of someone just staring at you.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Like just feeling sorry for you.
And the guide set me up because I was like, you know, it's Christmas parties. Anyone get like a bit loose or anything that I can have fun with because I'll do my drinking material. And so I do that and he's given me this guy's name. And so I get stuck into this guy and it's clearly, becomes really apparent that he's like the alcoholic of the company.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone feels really sorry. Yeah, I got that. They're like, no, mate. I'm like, fucking hell, are you kidding? Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, some of those ones you just got to be... I did one 2 years ago where I hadn't had a bad gig all year.
Yeah.
My last gig for the year was for a call centre training company upstairs at a footy club in the western suburbs of Melbourne on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was a classic with the microphone from the DJ box where you could only...
Oh, no. You got like a foot
Yeah, standing on the dance floor.
Yeah.
They're all standing around.
Okay.
There's quite a few who... The guy said, you've got to know that English is not a lot of their first language here.
Excellent.
Oh, awesome. So I got up and there was just people talking and blah, blah, blah. I think about 10 minutes, I said to the girl who organised it was really nice, I said, should I just finish up? She goes, yeah, just finish up.
Oh, at least she's honest about it.
Yeah, just finish up. Don't worry about it.
It's so weird sometimes when you look at them. I got booked, you say people couldn't speak the language. This woman came through my website and was like, I run a little accounting firm. We'd love you to come out and do our Christmas party. It's like, no worries.
Yeah.
So I go there. It's a tiny room at the Sandringham Yacht Club of maybe 16 people.
Oh, yeah.
There's about 8 kids in the room.
Oh.
No one laughs. She's kind of laughing a little bit because she knows she's seen me and enjoys my stuff. And then I was like, afterwards, I was like, I'm really sorry about that. That didn't go well. She's like, oh, don't worry. She goes, most of them can't speak English. They're all Russian. I'm like, why did you bother?
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
I did this one for this guy who's really wealthy, and every year he flies all his family down to Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
And puts on a private party, a Christmas party in July.
Yeah.
And he has like clowns and jugglers. And the highlight is he gets a comedian to do 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
And so I'm there in the room next door, and there's all these kids there, and I'm talking to this guy who's looking after the kids, and I go, are you a dad or something? He goes, no, I'm a professional child handler. Me and that girl, we've been hired to look after the kids. We've got, they're like teachers or something. I'm like, oh, great. So when I'm on, you'll keep the kids out here. They're all little, like 5, 6, 7 year old. He goes, oh, no, the guy wants them to come sit down the front. And so I go on, and there's 2 rows of like 5 and 6 year olds sitting down the front.
Jesus.
And one kid reaches out and grabs my legs, and won't let go.
Yeah.
So he's just grabbed my legs by the ankles.
And you can't kick him in the face.
No. Then one other kid ran on stage, and I'm just like, well, I can't grab him. This kid's got my. And I just kept saying to the kids, just let me do one joke for the adults.
So what did you do?
Oh, I just did about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Kept saying to the kids, trying to think of any jokes for them, but I couldn't really,
Yeah, when I did a cruise, I did a fucking awful cruise once, and they tell me when I get on there, they're like, oh, you got to do a kids show. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, you got to do 40 minutes because the parents send the kids, send them off, and they come in here. And you're like, I haven't got one kid joke. I don't have 40 minutes. So I just did a clean version of my routine.
Really?
I had nothing else.
And what did they do?
They were kind of just stunned.
Yeah.
They probably went back to their parents and were like, what?
So there were no parents there?
No, because the parents, they're at the bar. They're loving it. So they just let the kids run free.
I've heard of comedians do it. They just do crowd work with the kids.
Yeah.
What do you do? What's your dad do and all, Like,
you talk about poo and snot and stuff like that.
Oh, God.
I was going to ask you, what's the most oddest thing you've had to do, the worst thing you've had to do in this industry? So as a comedian, a gig that you've got and you're going, oh, God, what have I done? It doesn't have to be as a comic. Like, it could be when you were doing radio and they sent you out to do something, just something that this industry has done to you.
Yeah, something terrible.
Yeah.
Something...
Because you were inside a bear suit, weren't you? You did a festival show about that?
Yeah, I did. I've been Fat Cat. I've been inside Fat Cat suit for a sketch.
Okay, for a sketch is okay.
Yeah, they didn't worry me because I loved being inside Fat Cat suit.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
Well, because you could freak kids out, couldn't you?
Yeah, I took my head off and all the kids on the bus saw me and started screaming.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Fat Cat.
Yeah, Fat Cat's masturbating on the side of the bus.
No, I had to do a gig once at the Forum in Melbourne in that big room. They had a fundraiser for a girl who had a...
Oh, fuck.
So what happened, right? Stephen Curry, the actor.
Yes.
Friend of mine. Well, I haven't seen him for ages, but he rang me up and he goes, I've got this friend who's got this terrible disease. She's young, 18 or 19.
Yeah.
She's in a wheelchair now. They're raising money for her on Saturday night. Can you come and MC the gig for us?
Yep.
I'm like, oh, dude, I remember I was doing the comedy club. I was headline. I said, look, I've got another gig. I just reckon it's a hiding to nowhere because it's like the Forum was like a nightclub then. It was like where they had bands.
Yep.
There were no seats. There were booths.
Yes. Miles away.
Yeah. And so I can't do it. He goes, oh, well, I'll tell the dad. He'll be disappointed. 5 minutes later,
I'll tell the dad.
the dad rings me up.
Oh, God.
So when a dad rings you up and says, look, it's my daughter. She's got this illness.
Yeah.
Can you please come and do it? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll come and do it.
Yeah. You're a good bloke.
Yeah, so I remember putting on a nice shirt, going along. I'm up on the really high stage of the forum. It's got quite a high stage.
Yeah.
They put another stage below me, and the girl's in her wheelchair on that stage, holding hands with her sister, and there's a spotlight on them. And so I've got to go on.
Sounds like you're performing to them.
Oh, yeah, but I was standing above them.
Yeah.
And
lording over them with your health.
With my health and my bad jokes. And so the guy just goes, the dad's like, just go up and do some comedy and get the people to come down. And we've got the professor who was an expert on the disease to come and talk.
Good.
And they're all like 19, 20, 21.
Yeah. What was her illness?
Oh, I can't remember, but it was a very obscure, bad one.
Right.
And so I'm like, guys, please.
So she didn't make it to your second gig?
No, I reckon.
Okay.
So she's like, I'm like, okay, guys, we've got the professor coming on. I'm Dave O'Neill. And I remember doing jokes about Big Brother. It was that long ago.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm
Did
like...
you do a bum dance?
I probably did. I was trying to do anything to get their attention.
Yeah.
And so I finally got them all to come down. I was swearing, like, fuck, come on.
Yeah.
We're here for a good cause. You know, Sally's here.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, I got them to shut up. I brought the professor on. I ran up to my other gig. Okay. I remember her going home and saying to my wife, oh, bloody, it was hard work, but it was for a good cause.
Yeah.
Monday morning, getting an email at Nova where I was working on radio with Kate Husey, and from a woman who was at the gig complaining about my performance.
Oh, yes.
She said, I just want to let you know, Husey and Kate, about the guy that you work with and how he behaved on Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He went on, he swore, he talked about Big Brother. God knows why he did that. He was at a benefit for my friend, and he was poorly dressed. And I remember putting on a nice shirt, thinking... So Kate just wrote back and said, you're the reason we don't do charity gigs. It's for people because of you.
Oh, that's good that she defended your honour.
So that was one of those things where it just made it worse.
Yeah.
I reckon. Absolutely. What's the worst thing you've had to do? I mean, you were Captain Coles.
Well, the one that I was going to say, but you just reminded me of one. Some mates of mine, a friend of theirs had passed away, and they were having like a benefit in his honour afterwards, sort of thing, to help out his family, and it was at Fed Square.
No, not on the main stage.
It wasn't on the main stage, but it was around, I reckon it was in the early days of Fed Square, so it was really weird, like glass sort of setup. And I did like 10 minutes and nobody stopped.
Yeah, you can't.
And it was just like, wow. Like
But you know those ones where I got asked to go to a gig once for a local guy who had one testicle and was riding around China.
Yeah.
And anyway, he said, come and do stand-up at my benefit. I turn up, it's in a bar, they're all standing around, no one's listening. I get up and go, g'day, how's it going, blah, 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 blah. I do about 3 minutes and I go, anyway, I'm just here to say good luck to Ryan with his ride.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy to jump. You know?
Yeah. Well, it was hard to say good luck to them.
No, because he passed away.
Yeah. But no, probably the one where I was like, what am I doing? So I did the Coles ad. I was the Coles superhero. And that was fine. Like, it was just like, you know, I ended up enjoying it. You know, it was fun to be treated really well as the star of a commercial. But then they were like, we want you to go out. There's a new Coles opening in Roxburgh Park.
No.
And we want you to go out and hand out like these Unreal Deal cards, because that was my thing. I was Unreal Deal.
Yeah.
And so I'm out there and I'm walking up to people and no one knew who the fuck I was.
Yeah, just some guy in a bad suit.
And all I could think was like, this has got fucking like Con the Fruiterer.
Yeah.
Or Captain Snooze just written all over it. Like, this is going to be my legacy. Oh, fuck.
But it wasn't.
No, but also, because they were like, you don't have to do it. And then they throw you this figure and you're like, nah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, the money.
Yeah, I can handle that.
Actually, you know the most embarrassing I've ever done was the Adam Hill show where I danced nude with nachos in a backyard.
Oh, God.
Which was...
You had the sock on your PP, didn't you?
Yeah, the sock fell off, though.
Okay.
Oh, that was so embarrassing. That was bad. Sat in the car afterwards. We were doing this film segment about reminiscing about childhood.
Yeah, you carried someone pretending to be asleep in the car, didn't you? And did you hurt your back?
I hurt my back, and then I played marbles with someone, and then I'd turn up to this backyard in Preston, and I go, what's the thing? Oh, you're going to run nude in the backyard with nachos.
Yeah.
Who turned out to be a member of Puppetry of the Penis. So he
good.
had quite a large appendage.
Okay.
His clothes had Velcro on it. Anyway, that was really... Because the problem about that is you sit in the car and you're like, what the fuck? I am not going to tell anyone about that. And And then of course, it's on TV the next night.
It went to air?
Yeah, of course it did.
Did you get like a semi-chub? Like, did you...
No, I should have.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Oh, man, it was awful.
So did they put...
They pixelated it.
Yeah, but you were naked doing it.
Yeah. I just looked like a hunched over old woman.
Yeah.
I look bad.
You don't talk about that a lot.
Someone said I look like Dawn Fraser.
Oh, good.
No, I used to do a routine about it. I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah, okay. June, I'm going to see a band called the Iron Maidens, which is a girl Iron Maiden tribute group.
Oh, that sounds good.
So that's at the Corner Hotel in Richmond. So I'm going to that. So yeah, bit of Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Hey, thanks, Adam. And you can see Adam at the Comedy Festival. Catch him on Twitter.
Yeah. Hold my beer. It's a meme.
Hold my beer. Yeah. The young people will get it. I'm just old. I don't get that stuff. Hold my Viagra. Stop it. Fucking hell. Bring it on.